Hello drivers! In today's video we will discuss the announcement of Sega and the returning of beloved IPs, and we will fantasize how it will be if Reflections will do the same. First of all, the Sega announcement that maybe you have not heard about yet. It was made at the last The Game Awards. Sega announced new games in development, including Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio, Streets of Rage, Shinobi and Golden Axe. So very old games that are going back in 2024. As you can see on the visual, it will be a bit different in terms of art direction, but the idea is to get back games that gamers love. And of course we could ask ourselves how it will look if Reflection will do the same with their games, especially the ones that are about driving games, so of course Destruction Derby, Stuntman and Driver. Because in fact next year it will be Reflection 40 years anniversary, so it was founded in 1984, so it might be even older than you, and they made a lot of games, including the ones that are about driving that we love so much. So again, Destruction Derby, Stuntman and Driver. And if they do new versions, it could be remakes, or at least remastered or port of that, but also completely new games, as apparently Sega is doing with Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio and so on. The main advantages of course will be the loading times, because in all of their games the loading times are very long, and the graphics, while keeping the original gameplay, and in that sense it will give them the redriver treatment on all their games. And I believe it will be even easier to do that by them, because they should have access to the source code. And if we look back some years ago, one of these series has already made a small comeback, and by that I mean Destruction Derby 2, which was included in the PlayStation Classic, so the mini NES, Super NES version of the PlayStation 1, which had in total 25 games, I believe. If you look at the files of the PlayStation 1 Classic, and it was a news from the launch of the console, so 5 years ago, you can see that Driver might have been considered but not added in the end. I guess that since the controller do not have joystick, which is a bit weird to launch a console in 2018 without joysticks, but I think that's the main reason Driver was not included, because if I'm not wrong, on PlayStation 1, on the original hardware, you had to have a controller with joystick to play Driver, so it makes sense that it was in the end not included. And I believe that it's more this than the regular legal issues regarding rights and stuff like that. And now indeed we will talk about why this Ubisoft Reflections compilation will be complicated to get, and that's the legal issues regarding the licensing and the rights of the IPs. So just take a look at all the series implications. For example, Destruction Derby is related to Sony, and in fact Martin Edmondson did mention that he would like to make another Destruction Derby back in 2011 when he was doing interviews before Driver San Francisco release, but already back then he said that it will be a smaller experience, so not the AAA game that they were doing at the time with Driver San Francisco. So I guess it was right, it was clever for him to predict that it would not be the same kind of game than it was in the 90s, and I guess it will be the same with today's market. But with Sega doing a new Crazy Taxi, I think that Crazy Taxi also is a smaller game, so smaller tag price, maybe not the same time of development budget, but I guess it does not mean that it will not be possible to make a new Destruction Derby. But to do that by Reflections, it's more complicated, because as I said, they do not have the rights anymore, and not even Ubisoft has them. And that's the same case with Stuntman, which is now held by THQ Nordic, and sadly they never did anything with the series since they own it from THQ, which bought it from Atari in 2005. And now Driver, which is still under Ubisoft control. We have a few signs that they still care a bit about the IP. First of all, they made an opposition against Olivia Rodrigo in the United States this year, when her lawyers tried to register a driver's license, which is a song. But I will make another video about that because it's very interesting, at least from a legal perspective. But more importantly, the official live-action adaptation is still in the works by Binge, with Ubisoft writing the scripts, even though we haven't had any news in a long time. But it remains the biggest hope that this series will not be a single product, but rather part of a multimedia strategy, including new games or remake. That's at least what I'm hoping. So yeah, I guess this video was made for So yeah, I guess this video was also to ask your opinion on the subject, and by that I mean, have you played the old Sega IPs such as Crazy Taxi, and do you are you hyped by the Sega announcement? And of course, to link it with the Ubisoft Reflection compilation, would you like to play again Destruction Derby, Stuntman, Driver, and like a remaster, remake, or new version? Will you be hyped? I guess so, by this possibility. And yeah, I guess I will be, and my dog as well. But yeah, give me your opinion in the comment. And thanks to the member of this YouTube channel, the Redrivers, namely DriverDimension.com, French Contact, Neurosins, Tenkon on YouTube, Paul Lanois, Mut, David Autosport, and Denis Frontier, which are film director producers, and they also have access to exclusive video. The last video I did for them was best of behind the scene of how I made the GTA 6 trailer in Driver 3, so you can also join the channel to get access to this video, but also to exclusive emojis, posts, updates, and to be thanked in at the end of my video. So please click on the join button below the video for more information, and in any case, see you soon, drivers.